Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. So this video, I'm going to show you the Glimmer Hot Foil kit of the month and the new embossing folder of the month from Spellbinders. So here is the embossing folder. It's really super cute, tons of hearts. It's in a great pattern. It actually measures 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. So you can do a slimline, an A2, a 5x7, a mini slim. You can do all of those sizes, which is really fantastic. So I've got a piece of white cardstock that I put in, ran that through my die cut machine, and now we've got this great embossed background. I'm going to be doing some ink blending on this, and I am bringing in some of Simon Says Stamp's Pawsitively saturated inks. I am using BUBBLEGUM, SEAFOAM, and Ocean. And I'm using Simon Says Stamp's blender brushes. I bought the brushes just to go with their inks. I have the larger ones and the smaller ones, and I really do like both sizes. I'm kind of a person who wants to have all the right tools for all the things. That's just kind of how my mind works. So I'm like, I need the small ones for little detailed things. I need the bigger ones to cover bigger areas. So I started with the Ocean ink. It's the darkest one. Then I'm coming in with SEAFOAM, and then I'm going to add BUBBLEGUM at the bottom. It's going to give it kind of a little bit of a purpley look, especially when it blends with this really nice SEAFOAM ink. This looks a little bit splotchy, but it will soak into the paper as it dries and smooths out nicely. I'm going to add a little bit more of that Ocean because it just wasn't quite dark enough for me, and so I definitely wanted to have some contrast between the colors. Now I am super excited to be doing the embossing folder kit of the month. This is brand new this year through Spellbinders, and when they gave me a list of the things that I would want to do with them, I absolutely wanted to do embossing folders. I think these make quick and easy cards. I think these embossing folders add beautiful backgrounds that don't take a lot of work. And then if you have some other detailed images on the front, it just makes everything so much prettier. So super excited about that. Then I'm going to be doing the Glimmer Hot Foil kit for you guys as well, which that's a new one that I'm doing this year too. I'm not doing the card kit of the month this year. I wanted to give myself a break on that. I love the card kits. I think they're fantastic, but I wanted to be able to do some other things. So that's what I'm doing this year, along with the small and large die of the month. Okay, now that that's blended, I'm going to do some die cutting. I'm actually using this die cut heart. This is from the Glimmer Hot Foil kit of the month. And I just love the shape of this heart. It's really perfect. So I have it on a tilt. I'm taping that down, running it through my die cut machine. Then I'm going to overlap that and die cut another heart. Then we will do some inlay pieces with some white hearts die cut from that same die. So now that you see we've got this opening here, and you could use those other hearts and line them up on a different card, and that would be super cute too. Now that the ink's dried a little bit, I'm coming in with some sandpaper. This is Jennifer McGuire's cute little trick with sandpaper on embossing folders. So you can see it's scraping away the ink, so you can see the white cardstock through, which is really going to add just more interest to your background. Okay, so now I'm going to add some foam tape behind this because I want to pop this up on a white A2 size card base. I want this to have some dimension because I'm going to add one of the hearts down in the background, so it'll actually be adhered to the card base. Then the other one will have some foam tape behind it, and it'll be as tall as this whole card panel. So you'll see what I mean in just a second, but I'm going to adhere this down to my white card base. And you can see I have 2 white hearts there. I use that same die to die cut those out, and I'm just going to adhere these down. One just directly to that back card panel. I'm just going to inlay that in there and fit it in. And this one is going to have some foam tape behind it, and this is going to overlap the other one. And so now you can see these 2 hearts, and isn't that cute? Okay, so now I'm using the Be Bold Lowercase dies to spell out Kiss Me. I die cut that from Gold Mirror cardstock, and I'm just going to use my reverse tweezers. I'm using a Barely Art liquid glue to adhere this down. And so this first heart is going to say Kiss, and then the next heart is going to say Me. And I think this card just really is super playful with the colors. And I just imagine these being those big conversation hearts. So you could definitely do these in different colors and not just white, and that would be really super cute. I'm going to bring in some Kiss Me clay hearts from Honeybee Stamps and just adhere some of those down on around the cute little sentiment, and then this card is completely finished. Okay, here is the Glimmer Hot Foil of the month for January. You have the two hearts are the glimmer, and you have the glimmer plates, and then you have the sentiments that are glimmer plates. Then you've got some die cut flowers. I'm not going to be using those. I'm just going to be using the heart and the sentiment. So here's the heart I'm going to be using on black cardstock. I am coming in with Speckled Aura foil from Spellbinders. I'm taping down my heart. I'm actually making 2 hinges. And then I'm going to lay my foil in there. I'm going to trim that down, trim down my cardstock. I'm making hinges because if I don't get a great foiled image the first time, you want to be able to line your image back up again and add a new piece of foil. So if you have the hinges there, you can just flip up the foil plate, add new foil, tape it back down, and run it through again. That way you're not starting over constantly. In the Glimmer foil kit, you're also going to get red foil, and I'm going to do the sentiment that says truly, madly, deeply, and I'm going to do that in red foil. Now I do have Spellbinders foil and paper trimmer. I just felt really lazy today and not use it, but I will definitely show you guys how to use it. I have used it in other videos. Okay, so I'm going to peel this back, and actually I had a lot of over foiling and my foil shifted, so I'm going to have to refoil the sentiment, but the heart image worked just perfectly. So I'm going to refoil this. Now, when you're running this through your die cut machine after it's ready to go through, you want to run it through slowly. I had over foiling because I had too many shims in there to kind of compensate because the black cardstock was a little bit thinner than the white cardstock. So I just took out one of the shims and it was perfect. Now I'm using the coordinating heart die to cut that foiling out. So we've got this great heart. Then I'm going to trim out this sentiment with my paper trimmer. Just making a nice thin sentiment that's going to be placed on top of the heart. I'm going to kind of center it with a little bit of foam tape, and that's going to have some dimension. So I decided to use the embossing folder that we used earlier to go behind this heart, and I'm just going to emboss some more black cardstock. I thought this will be a nice, really kind of dramatic card, and I think this would be a good card, even though there's flowers on it, that you could give to your honey, your sweetheart, your guy, your whatever. So I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. Then we're going to place that right in the center. Now I do want to trim this down, so I am going to use Spellbinders Precision Layering Dies. This is the A2 size A. They have an A2B as well. There are so many different sizes of these. I have the 2 rectangle sizes, and there's 2 slimline that I have, and they are fantastic. So I'm going to tape that in place, run that through the die cut machine. Now I just have a smaller background, and I'm going to adhere this to a white A2 size card base. But first, let's adhere this heart to the center. So I'm going to add some foam tape behind the heart, and I'm also going to add foam tape behind the sentiment. So both of those things are going to have dimension. This card is actually going to be quite simple because once I adhere these down, I'm going to leave it alone because I feel like if you add, for me, I felt like if I added anything else, it was going to take away from that foiling, which I think is so stunning. So I'm going to center that kind of towards the top and then center the sentiment. And I will adhere this to a white A2 size card base, and then this is finished. So I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, comment, thumbs up, and share. It is really super helpful to me. I do have some affiliate links, and it costs you guys nothing to use, so I appreciate that. And I really do hope that you enjoyed these projects. I think they turned out fabulous. I think they were actually super simple, really cute, playful, really kind of dramatic and elegant, but really fun to make. So thank you guys so very much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.